Hello everyone and welcome to the channel Bob Sales this time's next year. So this video is not exactly part 2 just yet because I wanted to make some more sales, some more profits, some more gains, and I'm still waiting for prices to get to that point, but we're definitely on our way. It's all looking positive. Prices are starting to dip a little today, maybe because of the comic book tomorrow. Normally they don't drop, but prices seem to be dropping every drop recently. But I'm sure we will get into all that. Thank you to everyone that subbed recently. I much appreciate that. We're at 50 followers now, so I'm actually really happy with that. Slowly moving in the right direction. And to celebrate, I'm going to do a physical Tank Girl poster giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Again, apologies if you were one of the first 50 people to watch the unedited outtake video from last time. YouTube accidentally rug pulled me and put the wrong video on, so I do apologise for that. That must have looked like a complete mess. With that being said, let's get back into the video. So looking at the list from the last video, these are the comics what I brought in that video. So I roughly spent about $170 on comics and I spent £100 on Pride. So since the last video, as you can see, I've sold the Pride flag for 97. I've actually sold Loki. Now I probably sold Loki a bit cheap there. And as you can see, I've stacked up on some more comics with the profits. So one flag sold straight away, instantly doubled my money. The second one, not so easy. So I held that one because of the low mint number, thinking that would be the play. Lo and behold, I wake up the next day and the license, the brand has changed. There was a lot of people that was not very happy about that. Now, I wasn't too concerned, but straight away it did affect the prices in the market, especially for the heart and the flag in a way. The card not so much because it holds more value, but VEVE definitely shouldn't be changing any NFT what's already been purchased, unless it's for a reason that needs changing, like kit with the noise and the headlight for instance. But as you can see on the screen, I have been purchasing more comics. So that's the Thanos rare, that was too cheap to let go. The Daredevil Uncommon Electra cover. Now I've actually brought 8 of them in the last couple of days. They keep going way too cheap in my opinion. Now I've actually brought these covers previously for 25 to 30 gems. So I know a lot of people are holding these covers for that price. And I think currently there's only 47 listed. So I keep trying to snap it up to move the floor. Now I probably shouldn't reveal my game plan just yet as it hasn't actually paid off. But you're here, you subscribed. So I'm giving you that one for free. So let's just take a quick look at Thor God of Thunder issue 1. The covers for me are not that great. They don't look the best at all. I kind of like the secret rare and the ultra rare the best. Now the uncommon for me I'm not really sure of. It kind of looks like the secret rares. So that could be a goer for some people just for that reason. Now I think the main factor for this one is definitely the additions. How many are you going to get on the bot? Are you going to get the normal 5 or are you going to get less this time? And does that mean that when one on a drop that they might actually be appreciated a bit more and hold a bit more value? That's to be seen. But at the same time, we all know, if you don't know by now, I have spoke to my collectibles about this one as I'm a bit clueless with this comic, I'm not going to lie to you. But apparently it's issue 2 that is the main one what everyone wants. That would be the first appearance of Gore, especially on the VEVE app. And of course a slightly more value, more sought after one for people's collections. So as I say, first appearance of Gore is the second issue. In the first issue we don't actually have any first appearances. Well, Old King Thor if you call that a first appearance, but in my opinion that's still Thor. Now we'll be playing the game on this one and we'll be going for it, so hopefully I'll get as many as I can on the drop and hopefully it pays off. So as I say, prices have gone down a little bit overnight, which isn't the best news for me as I wanted to show you the up prices, not the down prices, but I can still show you some type of prices. So with that being said, let me show you the collectibles first. As you well know, I'm not a big collectibles fan whatsoever, but I did try for some of the Marvel Mighties on the drop. I knew the prices were going to be quite good on these ones. Well, I expected them to be quite good on these ones. But in this case, the game plan definitely seemed to work out. So let's take a look at Odin. So Odin's been doing really well in the app. He's actually not stopped going up. He's been sitting roughly around 70 to 75 gems. Now he is actually down to 68 at the minute. The lowest I've seen him so far while he's been going up. Now I haven't sold me Odin yet because I've got a funny feeling he may rocket a little bit. Now say saying that 70 gems is a good profit out of 13 gems, 100%. But I can see Odin doing a bit more than that. Everyone's talking about the speculation with the game. I always say, I don't believe you should buy things based on speculation. I think you should buy things on the here and the now. But because of the speculation, it has raised the prices in my belief. And I can see this passing 100 gems mark, I really can. Of course, there's only 2,500 editions, which is also a plus. So as you can see, I've still got a Jane Foster remaining. I've actually sold one of them for 25 gems. The price has actually gone down. It's 23, so it's holding. Now, I still think that was cheap. I sold it for cheap. Loki's actually now going for 27 gems. So I definitely sold that cheap, I would say. But I did need the extra gems for a comic book I was eyeing. So I did take the profit and go for the comic book. Now, I do have 2 Valkyries remaining, which I also got off drop. Now, the prices for these are not catching up to box price. I don't know why, but Valkyrie's really unloved in the app. It is a first appearance, so that's going for it. There is only 3,000 editions, so I'm not really sure what it is with this one. Now, the collectible itself is not the best looking one. It's kind of standard. But if you compare it to some of the first season ones, it does look better. But then the first season ones have got the fact that they're first season. Swings and roundabouts with this one. 13 gems each. I can sit and wait. I can sit and hold for them and wait for them to at least go past box price. Now, I do have some more collectibles. I have a T-Rex. I have a couple of Deadpools. Now, most of the stuff I have is actually low mint, which is why I still have it, if I'm honest, because they're quite hard sells. And you know me, I'm a comic book guy. So as it sits with the collectibles at the minute, I've actually doubled my money easy. So Odin itself is going to pay for all of my box prices put together and make a little bit of profit on top of that. So that's not counting the others. So the gems I allocated for the drop has actually worked out really well for this one. Now it's the best part of the day. It's the comic book checks. Well, it would be if we weren't dipping again. With that being said, I'm back up to 1.7 today. So if you took a look a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, I was actually sitting at 1k at one point. I've actually invested 270 in, as you can see from my last video, which is, this is kind of the second part, but not the second part. Let's call it 1.5. So factoring in them gems, it puts me at about 1.4 as the way I was sitting. I'm actually at 1.7 now, so I'm actually over that. Now, yesterday, I think I was at 1.8, so I was doing a bit better yesterday, but then the drop was announced, and I assume people want to play the drop lottery. Now, I get MTLs here, people are cashing out, I get that. That could be the reason for a dip. With the time frame, it's been going up all week. Soon as the drop was announced, we have a dip. So I think it's more of the drop lottery for this one. Now, I think the highest my account was 2.3, and it's then gone down to 1.2. And we're now sat at 1.7. So we're overall doing okay. Better than the last few months anyway. So I'll stop babbling on now and actually show you some comic prices. So let's take a look at some of these comic book floors, shall we? So as you can see on the screen, I got the 3 variants there of Uncanny X-Men. Now I brought them with the gems last week from the last video. Now the rare is still sitting at 7 gems, I believe. Yeah, it's still sitting at 7 gems. So we're not making anything there. Now, the rare is not a great cover. I'm not sure what all that is about, but we move on. Now, I do like the common cover the best. The uncommon's not bad, but it was cheap. So for the collector's points, it's worth stacking that for the same price. Now, I have been stacking the Avengers, this one here, the new Avengers 7. So with this one again, really nice covers, has Wolverine, has Iron Man, has Spider-Man. But for 2 gems, can you really go wrong with stacking a few of these? Next one is Avengers 4. So I actually got the uncommon variant of this one. I actually do like the uncommon of this one. Been around about 14 gems the last couple of days and it's holding quite firm there. So there's 118 editions for sale and a lot of people are holding these, so it's a fairly new comic in the app. So as you can tell, with 118 of the uncommons available, it's a very well sought after one and people are holding knowing the value could rise. So I did pick up some Sergeant Furies. This is supposed to be Nick Fury, first appearance of Hitler, I believe. I paid $8.50 for these. These have actually gone to 10. These were at 12, but they've actually gone back down because of the drop, I believe. Again, one of the long time holds, because the value of these in the real world is just skyrocketing and can only get more expensive. In the physical world, books get damaged. The age really does matter. So I did actually go for the 4 drop. I got 3 copies. I got a rare and I got 2 commons. I actually got a 4-digit common. So not bad overall. I would have preferred the ultra rare because the rare, I really don't like black and white covers. I'm happy with a rare and I'll take it. I believe that we were getting a slight dip because people wanted to play the drop lottery. So I'm now going to continue the video after the drop's been and gone. And hopefully we'll see a bit more of an increase in the prices. Again, I'm trying to stick to the comics what I brought last week. So we will take a look at Obi-Wan. This is the rare variant. So I actually paid 9 gems for this the other day in the video. It's actually sitting at 14 right now. Now this is still cheap in my opinion. This is essentially the ultra rare. With there only being 4 covers, I believe this is more classed as an ultra rare than it is the actual rare. Now I think the thing that makes this book special for me is it's the actual actor on the cover. So it's not a comic book character, it's not a drawing, it's the actual actor. And with the new show doing pretty well, it was actually really good. Now I think if you're a die-hard Star Wars fan, you're always going to find problems with the show. Just like when they make movies about comic book characters, die-hard comic book fans will always point out the flaws or the differences between the actual books and the characters in the films. But back to the comic book itself. Now the other variants, the other covers do actually have characters on, but they are drawings. This 3rd rare is not a drawing. Fairly recent book, bit of a speculation book, but you can't go wrong for the prices I paid. So I think the next comic we'll take a look at is Vengeance 1. Now for me, the uncommon is definitely the best cover variant. Now the uncommon is definitely uncommon in this case because it's actually a colour variant, which in most cases with the uncommon, it's black and white. All bad guys on the cover. I think you got Magneto there, you got Bullseye, you got Red Skull. Now I paid 8 gems for this, 9 gems last week, and as you can see it's already at 15 gems. But it does kind of prove the point that it did dip because of the drop. Because this went down to 10 gems again yesterday before the drop, and it's actually gone back up to 15. Notice if people need a couple of spare gems, or if they need 10, 15 gems, they will sell off the commons, the uncommons first, which is why I noticed a slight dip. Now I'll be honest, there's only 69 of these covers left, and I think if I can get some more spare gems, that's where it'll be going. So as I say, I did keep some of the better Mint Marvel Mighties, some of the ones what I think will increase. I did actually sell one of my Janes. I sold 2 of my Pride flags. And again, all of that was reinvested. Now the big book, you say, you ask, what was the big book I brought? It was Daredevil 25. I know what you're thinking. Ash, you've lost the plot. Now the comic itself, I've actually read this comic book. It is complete trash. Really not much to it at all. So big spoilers coming. Daredevil's basically in prison. And because it's Daredevil, he decides he's going to do the right thing and serve his sentence in prison. Elektra then takes over for Daredevil and pretends to be Daredevil while he's in prison. Now I've completely trashed the comic I've just purchased 8 or 9 of. I'll tell you why I did. Now with this one was originally purchased at 30 gems. I paid 30 gems for this cover myself. So using that as a benchmark, you know I'm not the only one that paid 30 gems. There's quite a few others. I've been watching this floor for a couple of weeks and it's normally sitting between 10 to 15 gems. So whenever I can, I've been trying to snap them for under 10 gems. And I know eventually they're going to go to 15, 20 gems and I can make a couple of gems there. As I said before, you haven't always got to make big gains as long as you're making gains. Now there's only 5,000 editions. Now that's quite a few editions, but there's also only 53 listed for sale. So there's a lot of people holding these right now. Now there is a comic book I've been making similar moves with, but I'm not going to reveal that one just yet because I've got to keep one for myself. But that comic book in question, for instance, normally sells for about 30, 40 gems. Well, it used to. Now it's selling for around about 20, 15 gems. Soon as I can get it for under 15 gems, I normally pick one up. Soon as the floor goes back up, I then resell it. I don't wait for the top end, of course. Say in the last week, I've brought 8 of these, and I've actually managed to sell 4 of them for a profit, and I'm still holding 4 right now. But I'll save that comic for you for next time. Well, before we go into anything else, let's do the giveaway quick. On screen now is a Tank Girl Armadillo poster magazine special. On the back it actually says there's only 100 editions. Now I'm not sure how true that is, but I could not find a copy of this anywhere. I can find some that are in the 500 editions, but not in the 100 editions. This is an Action Alley product, and it's also from the UK, so that's a good thing for all the Americans out there, all the Hawaiians that we have on the channel. So a piece from the UK. For your chance to win, all you've got to do is tell me the first Pokemon on the first season of Pokemon. So the first one in the list. Number 1 Pokemon. Write that in the comments, and then we'll go from there. I'll put you all in a wheel, and then whoever's entered, we'll do a spin and see who's won. I will definitely do a subscriber giveaway next week. I'll probably do a Jurassic Park toy or something on them sort of lines. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe now, and maybe you can win. So with that giveaway being done, I'll call the video here. So this video is 1.5. We'll do part 2 soon. I'll probably do a few more videos on some other topics in between, why prices go up or why we can actually see some gains. As soon as we get some more people in here, I'll definitely start doing some lives. I was actually going to do the giveaway in person today, but I need a shave. So with that being said, I'm Bob Sales, I'm your host. This time next year, we will be millionaires. A peace.